Question 2, here we go. So this is very similar to the last one, except now we've got a subtraction step. So again, I'm going to show the first part where we can expand this notation, and this is really saying we have f of x minus g of x. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I'm going to come up here, I'm going to take my f of x equation, which I know is that negative x plus 6. So I'm going to replace that in this part. I also know my g of x equation over here is over there. I've got negative 10x minus 6. And what we need to do is we need to bring down that subtraction step. And if I were to continue right now, I would make a mistake. And here's the part where I want us to key in on. We are not subtracting just this term. We are subtracting all of g of x. It's not as big of a deal when we're adding because our signs won't change, but when we're subtracting, it does matter. And so what you need to remember is whenever you subtract, you need to put parentheses around the whole thing you're subtracting. Because what we want to key in on is not only will this sign change in front of the 10x, but guess what? This sign on the 6 is going to change as well, because we're subtracting every term of g of x. So I'm going to take this distributing my negative sign. I now have negative x plus 6. Distributing my negative sign, I end up with a plus 10x and a plus 6. At this point, I can combine like terms. I've got a minus x and a 10x. That'll give me a 9x. And then I've got a 6 and another 6, so I will end up with a plus 12. And just like before, that is equivalent to f minus g of x.